Can I ask you a controversial question?
Yes.
Okay. Is there colorism in Uganda?
I think in America or any other part of the world, I don't know, but me, I know America. They're focusing more on the man than the woman. So the women are like the men here, and the men are being focused on more. Is it right? And that is why American men are running away, and they are looking for women here or in Africa or somewhere.
Ooh, did y'all hear that? She said it. She put it on fire. She said the men are running away in America.
Focus, man.
Is there anything you want to ask me?
How do you find Uganda?
So
Do you like it? Do you?
So, man, I could talk about that for a long time. But I will just say briefly that Uganda is a challenging place, depending on what you're looking for. As O'Shea has said many times on his show, he's been based in Uganda. He has far more experience than I do. If you come to Uganda and you have a plan and you want to work and you want to get things done, things are pretty limitless, but at the same time, that initial startup is going to be very hard because there's going to be different challenges along the way. You know, it's not for everybody. If you want to show up somewhere where everything is 100% made, it's 100% like back home in Canada, in England, the States, or whatever, this is not that place. You're going to have to really put in some work. You're going to have to be gritty, you know, and ready to get something done. But the rewards are going to be greater, and you're going to see faster progression here versus other places. That's what O'Shea has said. Like I said, he has far more experience than me. I only have experience here as a tourist. So I can say as a tourist, it's a very unique place. It's a place that is worth visiting if you're in East Africa, to not only just see the animals. A lot of people come here for the gorillas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorillas.
Yeah.
To go in the parks.
But you know, beyond that, I think you know, you have to come to Kampala. You have to see the city, feel a little bit of the energy here, and I mean, what can I say? It's not the cheapest place, so get that out of your head right away.
It's average. I would say it's average.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It's not the cheapest place, so bring your wallet with you. It's not Singapore expensive. It's not Dubai expensive. It's not London expensive, of course, but it can be. Well, they don't want to hear that much. I'll give the short answer. I'll just cut it.
Okay.
I don't want to talk just about that.
Let's also talk about the women. You know, in Uganda, yes.
Okay.
Because I've heard this a whole lot with people making videos about them and, you know, saying stuff about it. Yes. And I'll continue saying it. I don't know about your side because we also need to hear about your side.
Okay.
Ugandan women are good women. We are good women. And if you're looking for a wife, just come over. We are good women. That's what I mean.
So, I'm not going to argue with anything she said.
What's your experience?
She is very, very correct. And I will, you know, I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to put an emphasis on it.
Okay.
What she said is right. I think you would you would have a hard time finding better women that are ready and trained up to be wives than Ugandan women. Because from what I've heard, in the villages, and maybe not even in the villages, they're raised from a young age to have that as a goal, you know, to know that, okay, we're in a little bit more modern times and I can have a career, but at the same time, that doesn't mean I'm not supposed to still be a wife That doesn't mean I'm still not supposed to be feminine and to be caring and nurturing. That's not as common as it should be these days. So that is one very, very positive thing about Uganda. And I'm glad she brought that up because I would hate to do this video and leave that out. So hit that like button. I'm putting in work out here. I swear to y'all, I'm putting in work. And just stay tuned.
Of course, because I've heard these people talking about it and I really wanted to say thanks to that, like I got the opportunity to talk about it. First of all, in Uganda, when you're raised in a home, they make you feel like everything is not important. But you as a woman, you are important. How everything you do will be best like, are you gonna behave like that in your home? How do you cook? How do you dress? How do you do this? How do you respect people? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
As a woman. So, but also I feel like they are leaving out the men. Because imagine you date a local guy and then you have to be like their mother to put them right on some things, on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because first of all, some of them are just left to do what they want and they are focusing so much on us.
Yes, I think it's very important to not only raise up your daughters to be future mothers, but also to raise your sons up to be future fathers. And I feel like when you have both sides of that coin, you know, that's an unbeatable dynamic when you're preparing young people to take on those roles, because it's inevitable. Those roles are going to come, and if they're ready for them, they're going to excel, and you're going to have a legacy for the future, you know, where the grandparents can look back and say, you know, I started this, I planted the seeds, because one generation will teach the next generation.
And I think that's the difference between Uganda and maybe America compared to the stories I've heard, even from my ex. My ex told me, I think in America or any other part of the world, I don't know, but me, I know America. They're focusing more on the man than the woman. So the women are like the men here, and the men are being focused on more. Is it right?
Can you say that again?
I say, I've heard this from so many different people, more especially Americans. So I'm not going to base on other countries that I don't know. So what I'm saying is they're focusing so much in America on like a man.
On a man being what?
Like on a man being a man, like, you know, they're putting, you know, it's vice versa.
It's a lot of pressure, you're saying,
yes,
on the man.
Yes, it's vice versa. Just like in Uganda, how they're focusing on a woman.
Yes.
It's the same way.
You're
like
saying they're putting too much pressure on the man in America.
And that is why American men are running away, and they are looking for women here or in Africa or somewhere.
Did y'all hear that? She said it. She put it on fire. She said the men are running away in America.
And it's the truth, and it's the same reason you're gonna hear all the time, because they all go like, oh no, I cannot date an American woman, because why? When you ask why, they go like, because they feel entitled, they feel like, oh, they are high, they feel like you can't tell them anything, they feel like they you know, they have everything, they feel like, you know, and they're not even respectful and stuff like that. We've seen also that in videos and stuff like that. And some things that they do and you're like, I don't know if I did that here.
Yeah.
Even my great-grandparents who died would come back. I swear.
They would be so ashamed, right?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, where, because in Uganda, if you do something that is too much, they'll put like a clan meeting, a family meeting for the kids. Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't. But
if you mess up and you're too much, they'll do a family meeting. If you do something that is weird, they call a family meeting.
Did y'all hear that? She said they call in family meetings if y'all get out of control in Uganda.
And like, not only your parents can punish you, your family can punish you.
Okay.
So which I think is not there, because I think you have too much rights in US, or women have too much rights, even here, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But if it's excess, a woman is supposed to be a woman.
Yes.
And you see, I'm not taking sides.
No.
But a woman is supposed to be a woman no matter what.
Yes.
You can never be a man. You just have to do your roles, your duties, and don't feel like the ego of a man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, I know exactly what you mean.
So
you said it very clearly. Wow, that's a lot to chew on right there.
Your men are running away. I don't know, the country will remain like empty with
Even she can see it. Even she can see it. Wow.
yes, and then the excuse they give you like, oh no, I would never get an American woman. I'm looking somewhere else for a wife.
Yeah. Hey, there's not too much more I can add to that. I mean, she said it all. And is there any final thing you want to say? Anything else you wanted to ask me?
Maybe to ask you.
Yeah.
So have you dated a Ugandan woman before?
I have, yes.
So you have good answers. Yes. How did you find it?
I found it, very, very refreshing. Like you mentioned, I feel like the roles were very well defined. There was no conflict about those kind of issues that could pop up in other parts of the world. And I think that's very important.
You're not talking about money.
What's that?
You're not talking about money.
You want me to talk about money?
Yeah, like, okay, I was expecting you to say, oh, you're gonna women money, because I hear this also all the time. And don't get me wrong, not all women are like that. They don't have that mindset.
So I was gonna say actually the opposite. I didn't get any, quote unquote gold digger vibes from Ugandan women, not whatsoever. I've heard guys complain about that in Eastern Europe and some other parts of the world. But no, I didn't get that feeling at all. I felt that everything was genuine, Nobody was doing something because, okay, I can get XYZ in the future, or, let me see if I can get as much as possible right now. I didn't feel that unequal energy whatsoever. It felt like a very equal energy across the board, and it was positive. I don't know what else I can add to that.
Okay, so I understand, because you see, I think this also comes from how we are raised, and I'm sorry for mentioning it so many times.
No, it's important.
Because how can I even put it? Now, you wait, okay? Dating a man, we have even local men who will just, you don't even know what they're doing in your life, but you're dating them.
Yes.
If you find, like I say, cultures are different. You find an American man who is ready to settle down, who is supportive, who are, taking their roles and doing their duties. Why not? Because you know what I mean.
Yeah, I follow you.
So.
Follow you. And do you come from a big family?
Yeah.
15, 25?
You're joking. I'm Ugandan and I'm African. We have bigger families. To the extent that you just introduce to you somebody and they'll tell you, oh, this is an auntie from Auntie. You don't even know the roots, but you're like, hey, auntie.
Yes.
Hey, uncle.
Yes.
And then from then, for the African communities, it's even very funny because you will meet somebody and when you ask about how you connect in family with them, it's just a family friend.
Yes.
But they will make sure this person is part of the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, included. Yeah.
When my ex one time came to one of our parties and all that at home, I was like, oh my god, this is like a whole ceremony in America. And it was really a small party, like it was a birthday party.
Okay.
And people came and it was just
like 50 people? How many people?
Yeah, around that.
Around there?
Yeah. Okay. And then he came on my brother's wedding. There were huge numbers, 500 people.
Okay.
On the wedding. He was like, this never happens in America. This looks like a loyal wedding. I know, like in Uganda, when we are having ceremonies, the decorations, they're extra.
Yeah.
We do things in extra. The decorations, you could think it's a princess wedding.
Yeah, you do it big.
All that,
okay.
Yes. They're always,
big.
especially the introductions, they're always like big. The decorations, the words. I think you've been to some. And you know what I'm talking about.
Can I ask you a controversial question?
Yes.
Okay. Is there colorism in Uganda?
Like racism?
No, colorism. Do you know what that is? Do I have to explain it? Do I have to define it?
I understand it. I'm trying to process it.
Okay. Take your time. Take your time.
Okay. Well, when it comes to colorism, which is not racism, I think it's there. But then this goes with the men. Men are the ones that make it hype.
Okay.
What do I mean by that? Women don't really care about the color of and then when our woman
is that true though?
Yes. When a woman, listen.
Okay.
When a woman is light,
yes,
they're gonna go like they're bleaching.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Have you
Okay.
heard that?
Of course.
Like they are bleaching. And then for the men, they go like, no, I'm going with a light sky, like the light thigh. I'm going with a light thigh. I want I always tease my friends, like my guy friends, like we want white thigh. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I don't.
Like wanting a white thigh means that they want like light skinned women.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we
for
don't have
the-
that phrase in the States. We
Yeah,
don't say that.
yeah. So it's just
We might
you
say
know,
red bone or yellow bone or something like that.
You want the light thigh.
Okay.
Right? You know the white thigh. You know. So you be like, for you, when you see like a lady who is light, you're gonna go like, if it's your friend, you're gonna go like, huh, I know. You're just seeing the white thigh,
Okay.
but not meaning white, but light.
Yes.
Yes. So that means that either the men try to make these light-skinned women hate
Yes.
or wanted so much, and that is why you see some of them bleach.
Interesting. Why do you think that is though? Why do you think the men desire a lighter female?
Because first of all, this is a black-skinned country people.
Yes.
Like that. Even me, I'll never change my color. I love my color. I have my sisters who are lighter than you,
Okay.
and that is okay.
Yeah.
But I think because they want to change a little bit, you know, you don't, and for them they think when you walk like, okay, they bring these jokes all the time. Imagine looking at a black thigh when there is a light sky, like the light, I don't know why I keep calling it light sky, the light thigh.
Okay.
So I want to look at the light thigh, look at the, brown thigh. Actually,
Okay.
some of them call it brown thigh.
Okay.
So they go like, look at the brown thigh and look at the dark sky. No way, I'm going with a brown thigh.
I've never heard this before. No.
Really?
We don't say this. No.
Maybe you don't have those over, guys around you, but I'm sure they also do the something. It's very hard to find like people who here,
Yes.
especially who like very dark cars,
Okay.
like the pure dark.
Sure.
It's very hard.
Interesting.
Have you seen a lot of them with Sudanese?
I've seen Sudanese people before. Yeah.
Yes, but have you seen some Ugandans marrying Sudanese women?
I haven't lived here long enough, so I can't really speak on that.
Okay, if you go on average, they are not really looked at.
Okay.
But I think you've noticed that a lot of light-skinned women are looked at a lot. Right?
Really?
Have you seen that?
I don't pay attention that much, and like I said, I haven't been here long enough.
Because I think you also don't have Ugandan friends who you maybe hang out with
True.
or do things with.
True.
But if you did, you would notice that. Even though I don't know the reason as to why they don't date white women.
You said they don't?
They do.
I was gonna say, I think they do.
They do, but it's not too much here. Do you realize?
Yeah, and
But it's different from women over married white men here.
but no, I've seen many Ugandan women married to white men here.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But a lot of black men, have you seen a lot of Ugandan men married to white men?
To white women?
Yes, sorry, to white women.
Not that many.
See? They
But there's
like,
not that many here, though. There's more white men here than white women.
because a lot of white men are running away from their women.
Very true.
From their American women to come here
Yes.
for the blackberries,
True.
for the sweetest, right?
And then also jobs too. There's more white men who have jobs in embassies and things like
Yes.
that here than white women.
Yes.
That's part of it as well.
But also another thing, remember, when we take this around, it's not a man who gets, it's not a woman who gets a man, it's a man who gets a woman. So, now when you go back to colorism, yes,
Yeah, back to colors and what we started at.
they can get, actually, a Ugandan man will do anything to get a brown thigh.
Okay.
But you cannot see them chasing white women a lot. You know
Okay.
why? Because I've had these conversations with my friends, and they go like, no, they're not good. They're not. They have this phrase of they're not sweet. They have, they are cold. I don't even know what that means, but they are cold.
They're not good in bed, is what you're saying.
I don't know if that was meant, but yes, they give you all this.
So I think there's two things at play because we're kind of switching the topic from colorism to like white and black in Uganda, but
No, I was trying
I know,
to say.
I know
yes.
it's all connected. It's all connected.
Okay.
But I just wanted to address the white part first because that's the last thing you said.
Yes.
So I think the difference is, like you said, often it is white men who are running away from the white women in America or Canada or England or wherever. But the flip side of that is the white women who come here, they're too masculine for most of the guys here.
I think.
You understand? And also, I think most of the white women who come to Uganda, they're not looking for a serious relationship.
Yes.
That's the difference. So the older white men who come here, not always older, but you know what I'm saying, they come here a little bit more, with a more committed mind. And the white women who come here, they're just here to have their fun.
Yeah, sometimes
you know,
they're here for work.
Yeah, but I think, but beyond the work, you know, when it comes to relationships, I think they don't even seriously consider, you know, marrying an African man. Of course, there are some who do. I'm not trying to talk about everybody, but I'm just saying the majority, I think, are not interested in it. And, you know, there's a whole lot of reasons for that.
I think they are, but
really?
But like I said, a woman naturally is not supposed to chase a man. Men chase a woman. You get that?
Okay.
Focus, man.